The Southern Quality Ford Friday Night Blitz continues.
Welcome back to the Southern Quality Ford Friday Night Blitz in Wesley this week. For the first time really this season, we're starting to see the coronavirus pandemic directly affect high school football.
That's right, Brad. The Friday night lights were not shining at several East Texas high schools tonight that decided to cancel their football games due to a surge in COVID cases. Now, some of those teams affected in our area tonight include Tatum. Tatum, starting this season 2-0, they're now sidelined for the next 2 weeks.
Individual tested positive that may have exposed some of our team members that was around our team. We just want to play, and we want our kids to have an opportunity to play. We want our community to have an opportunity to see us play.
It's Jason Holman. He's the athletic director at Tatum. Now, Brad, a couple teams also canceling tonight. New Boston, Winsboro, Pew Springs. It's starting to sort of rear its head now as we are in week 3 of the season. Are you surprised that this didn't start sooner?
A little bit, but I think now that we're starting to see more people in schools, it doesn't necessarily, I guess, sort of surprise me that we're starting to see a few cases pop up here and there. I think that was sort of expected. I think you hear from a lot of the athletic directors, principals, superintendents like that said, we did expect there to be a few cases. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that there have been some, but I think for these teams that have had to cancel their games, I believe I counted 6 in total just in our area that had to postpone their games tonight, including the Carthage Bulldogs as well. Their varsity team had to postpone their game due to issues with their opponent having some coronavirus issues. If I had to say anything positive out of it, at least these games are coming during the non-district portion, because in Texas, the playoff games, all the playoff matchups all matter depending on how you succeed in district play. So if you are going to have to lose some games, at least it happens kind of in the non-district. That doesn't really affect your chances there at the playoffs later in the season. If
you're a Louisiana school, you're probably monitoring what's happening in East Texas, what's happening in Arkansas, and realistically, if you're a coach here in the state, you're probably kind of bracing yourself for maybe something similar, because it's just, at this point, let's just be realistic, it's more than likely going to rear its head for whoever's playing football.
Well, we heard that a lot, either in off-season when off-season programs had to be canceled, or early in the season, or early, in this season during training camp and things like that, when you would hear coaches and players and pretty much everybody say, hey, this is our new normal. I think you just kind of have to brace for that potential reality and the idea that potentially you might end up having to lose a couple of games for one reason or another related to this pandemic. And I think it's just everybody is trying to navigate their way through as we make it through. And it's it's going to be one of those football seasons where 20, 30 years down the line, we're going to be looking back going, yeah, that was a pretty weird year.
It definitely was weird. Coming up on the Southern Quality Ford Friday Night Blitz, we'll make our way back to Arkansas.
Prescott looking to stay unbeaten as they take on Parker's Chapel. We will have that score as well as plenty more highlights coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Friday Night Pizza